Simon Fawcett, 50 years old. I live near Cambridge, married, two kids. I have been in and out of triathlon for 25 years. I've had a mind-blowingly successful, from my own expectations, season. I managed to win the English Championships in June, and I just came back last week from Pontevedra, the Worlds, and I got a bronze in my age group, which, as I say, having the best I'd placed in that race 4 years ago was 10th. So to go up to third, get on the podium, superb, just still buzzing. And, obviously, I think your camp in May, Barry, was a big part of that success. It's even kind of more extraordinary in that I crashed at the European middle distance last September, broke my hip. I have a 17 centimeter titanium nail in my hip. So the last 12 months have been literally 4 months of sort of serious rehab, and then 8 months of getting back to training. And I had a great physio who I worked with extensively. But to be honest, kind of coming on your camp, your biomechanics, and you almost helped me complete that recovery by the analysis you did with the kit that you have, which sort of still showed me the extra bits that I needed to keep working on it. But I'm motivated to come back and have you look at me again and see where the remaining 1% comes from, because there's just always kind of something more that I can do. And we've talked previously about all the different things on the technique aspects across the three disciplines that I know you can continue to help with your expertise and the facilities you've got over there, which I think are exceptional. I think immediately when I heard about the camp, I immediately had a sort of feeling that I'd meet some interesting people, if nothing else. It was just like, right, it's going to be interesting because I'm going to meet some interesting people on this camp. The idea of not having to jump on a plane and travel for like 3 hours to Lanzarote or somewhere like that, actually, get on a ferry and a gentle drive through, northern France, sort of rural roads, that appealed as well. I don't particularly want to be emitting huge amounts of carbon every time I go to a training camp. The chateau is stunning. It's exactly what you would kind of think about, or just being in that environment. The 20 odd acres and the building itself and the outbuildings. It's just it's a place where you can really relax. It's not Lanzarote or other places. They're a little bit artificial. And Becky's food was fantastic. I mean, absolutely fantastic. You wouldn't get that anywhere else. I mean, not even close. And as I said, I met some super interesting people, one individual at least, who I'm sure I'll be in touch with the rest of my life. We developed that stronger friendship, and we've raced together. We actually raced together at the Worlds. Fantastic experiences in multiple aspects, and fantastic learnings also in multiple aspects. It's the most beautiful pool I've ever swum in, I would say. The rose garden around the pool, and the pool itself being so immaculate. It's just stunning, just absolutely stunning. The roads are wonderfully quiet, and I think that's positive. Surfaces are good. The French drivers are good. I think some of the places you took us and the roads that we went on, and the aero testing you and I did on that quiet road, again, never done that before. Definitely keen to do more of that going forward. It's definitely another piece of the puzzle that I think I can unlock a bit more speed on the bike. I've been wind tunnel testing, I've done quite a lot of stuff, but you've got the facilities to take these things to like the next level, and next level on a personalized basis. That's really where the top end of the amateur sport is at the minute. If you want to be right up there, and you've got the time and the resources, that's what you should be doing, because that's what the pro teams are doing and the pros are doing. And, again, how close do we want to get ourselves to that? Well, as close as we possibly can within the constraints of time and resources. The combination of having multiple coaches out there was helpful. I'd rate you as a sort of biomechanics expert, call it coach. So there are literally three different sets of eyes on us. You as the biomechanics guy, but an experienced triathlete yourself, and with a lot of, let's call it, wisdom and insight into age groupers and what age groupers want, and people like us who have busy lives and are trying to squeeze it all in, and where's the best bang for buck and all that sort of stuff. You've been there and done it. Paul and Martin both. It was good because they would give you different aspects. So 3 different coaches looking at a small number of us on a site that was entirely ours. And then we were eating together, and you could just, a huge amount of time to chew through things, whatever they were, and it wasn't just what we'd done that day. It was people's experiences and, how they'd raced in the past and where they'd raced and what they'd enjoyed and how they'd mixed it up and how they'd created variety, and all of which are, generate ideas, or for me certainly generated ideas for me to follow up, and just stimulating in many different ways, substantially more so than any other triathlon camp I've been on, and I've been on quite a few. The conversation around the dinner table was just so wide ranging, so free flowing, so many laughs. The antithesis of what can often be a serious environment on training camp. We just toggled in between, 80s kind of rubbish trivia that we all remember because we're all of a certain age, to serious triathlon performance, to current affairs, to our own personal histories and stories, and, people that you knew. And, again, I knew it would be good, and it over-delivered.